Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Year of the Villain Sinestro. What's up? How you doing? This was a good book. There's a one-shot. All right, I was going to say there's a good one-shot, but anyway, this is a good one-shot. So let's get talking about who made this book. We'll talk a little bit more about the book itself and why you should definitely buy it. We got Year of the Villain presents Sinestro in Micron Management. Mark Russell does the story. Yildiray Cinar does the art. Julio Ferreira does the inks and some of the inks, just for a couple of pages. Wi-Fi does the colors. Steve Wands on letters. The cover is Brandon Peterson, and that's it. There's no variant cover, apparently, so we're good. I love this whole God Emperor Garf thing that they're doing. There's all these worlds being destroyed by these basically it's just these monsters coming out to freaking destroy the worlds, to destroy the universe, and they're trying to get to Earth. And Sinestro was sent out by Lex Luthor to stop these monsters. And he tries a couple ways, he fails a couple ways, whatever. He's doing the best he can. He's not putting up with a lot of crap from Lex Luthor. And you know what? Lex Luthor isn't putting up with any crap from him. Nobody's got the high ground in this necessarily. Maybe you could say Luthor does, but he's also a direct, what do you call it, ancestor from Perpetua at this point. So, yeah, I understand. But Sinestro ain't taking a back seat to nobody. He knows that he's the baddest ass that there is, and that's all there is to it. So he's going to go and he's going to figure out how to handle the situation. And he discovers these creatures called the Microns that operate inside of these monsters, these devastating godlike creatures. Now, excuse me, sometimes I like to see a little bit of influence in something that I've and sometimes I'm wrong in what the influence is, but I remember reading a martial art book. It was a biography of, crap, I've read so many of them, I can't remember who it is. I looked it up. I think it's Ken Parker. He was a father of Kenpo. Kenpo, specifically. Kenpo. Ken Parker. Anyway. And he talked about how this one time he had his arm broken, and he's waiting for it to heal, and he does this meditative thing where he lays down, and as he's getting ready to go to sleep, he meditates and he imagines these little workers inside of him who, there's a bell, a big whistle, and they're going to start working. They got the hard hat. He's imagining, visualizing the hard hats, and they start fixing his body. And then they take a break when he's ready to end the meditation stance and everything, and his arm healed faster than any other wound that he's ever had prior to this, because he incorporated some transcendental meditation into this. Awesome. So that book, what do you call it? Mark Russell might have read that book and decided to put this into an actual story. And if he did, kudos to him, because there's a really good way to do that. If he didn't, and this is just something that he just thought up on his own, that's cool, because Ken Parker got it on his own also, so it's cool. I don't actually care. This is just, this is a story that I've seen done before, but I loved it. You can't, it takes a certain kind of mindset at the very least to write a good Sinestro story, and it involves being that badass who he's a narcissist, but he's usually right. It's going to be a mean way of doing things, but he gets the job done, and you're going to call him an a-hole at the end of the day. That's what happens here. That's the Sinestro I'm seeing. That's the Sinestro I'm reading about. Really good art, great visuals in this, man. There's some moments where the art is actually telling the story rather than Mark Russell himself. Really good book. I definitely recommend it. If you're not into one-shots, it is what it is. But if you're into Sinestro, even slightly, go ahead and grab this book to have a really good story. Anyways, guys, I'm done. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.